Stop! Do not move. Put your hands up. Get out! On the ground. On the ground.
I didn't do nothing. Hey, my car is rolling, sir.
All right, this is a short one, but a good one. A cop chases a shoplifter, gets a ride from a bystander to help him catch the shoplifter. So I'll watch it along with you, and I'll give you some legal commentary at the end. And I'll provide a link to the unedited video in the description.
How you doing, ma'am?
I didn't take anything.
Okay. Come on, walk with me. All right?
I didn't take anything, sir. I mean...
Come on and walk. Foot pursuit from Dillard's. Slide out. Foot pursuit from Dillard's. White female, gray top, blue jeans, brown hair. Towards Old Navy, trying to get the car. What? Silver Buick. Get out! Stop! Stop the vehicle! Stop it! HBH 031, Mississippi. HBH 031, Mississippi. Silver Buick going towards Marshalls.
He's going to get a ride from a bystander, Good Samaritan.
Follow him, follow him. Go, go, go. They went left. They went left.
There's an interesting legal issue that comes up here about at the end.
They're right there. They're going around the back.
Go and give them there.
They're right.
They're turning right towards, on Town Center, towards the circle. I'm in a vehicle with a civilian. I'm going to try to keep sight of him. Just go, just go. I'm sorry.
That's okay. You were running and I was trying to...
Going out towards Primo?
10-4. It turned right onto Town Center towards the circle. Trying to see if I can keep sight of them somewhere. They're around the circle towards Town Center.
You see him?
Yeah. They're going around the circle.
All right.
They went around the circle already. They're up ahead in traffic.
I'm at Primo and 10.
It's a white male driver, bearded. White female, brown hair, gray shirt, blue jeans, thin build.
I'm at Primo and Town Center where I can see and turn off. Which way?
Get in this middle lane. Trying to see if I can spot it in the traffic circle. It's right in front of a gray dot. It's in front of a black. It's in front of a black Dodge in the right lane, getting ready to turn towards the interstate. Behind a silver SUV in front of a black Dodge pickup. HBH 031.
We got it.
Okay, yep. Okay, there you go, sir. Thank you for your service.
Get out of the vehicle! Shut it off! Shut the vehicle off! Stop! Do not move. Put your hands up! Get out! On the ground. On the ground.
I didn't do nothing. Hey, my car is rolling, sir. I didn't do anything. Sir, what did I do?
All right, 2 in custody. Code 4, everybody back it down.
What did I do?
Roll over. Hey, look at me. You have the right to remain silent. Anything you say can be abused against you in the court of law. You have the right to an attorney, have one present with you while you're being questioned. You cannot afford one, won't be appointed to represent you for any question. So at any time to exercise your right, not answer any question, make a statement. Do you understand your rights? You know exactly why. Get up. We're not grabbing nothing.
So we would have got
He has
away
not
from
been patted down yet.
Samaritan.
Get in the car. Come forward.
Date of birth there.
I'm right here. I didn't take anything. I didn't take anything, sir.
And why were you running?
I didn't take anything. Anything.
All right, so I mentioned there's a really interesting legal issue that comes up here. So what is that? Well, he got a ride from a Good Samaritan that helped him catch the perpetrator. But if you've ever seen in the movies where they say, like, I'm commandeering this vehicle, if he hadn't been given a ride, would he be able to commandeer that vehicle like in the movies? Well, it turns out that they are legally allowed to do that in some circumstances, but it has to be an emergency. So, for instance, during Hurricane Katrina, if you had a boat, they were allowed to commandeer that and take that and use it for an emergency. And if they damaged it, obviously they'd have to pay you, but they were allowed to take it even without your permission in an emergency. So was this an emergency? Well, he needed to catch her, but it wasn't an emergency, right? So for something like this, definitely not. What if it was something more serious, like an active shooter situation? Then in that case, sure. But there are limits to that right to commandeer. So it has to be that they don't have a means available. So if his car crashes and becomes disabled, and they're trying to stop an emergency like an active shooter, sure, they can commandeer yours. But, to catch a shoplifter, that's not a serious emergency. They can't commandeer your vehicle. And if they have a car available, they can't take yours just because it's better. So if they're chasing somebody and they have a cop car, the Crown Victoria, and you have a Ferrari, they can't say yours is faster, I'm going to commandeer this. No, it has to be because they have no other means available. And the other interesting legal issue that comes up is this is in Louisiana. And if you want to talk about crazy, Louisiana gives Florida a run for its money. And what's interesting about this, that even lawyers that there's something weird about Louisiana law that most lawyers don't know this unless you went to school in a neighboring state to Louisiana, and you might be familiar with the Louisiana legal code. But there's 50 states in the District of Columbia, and in 49 states in the District of Columbia, they use the British legal system, common law, which evolved into the U.S. legal system. In Louisiana, they don't. So in Louisiana, it's based on the civil law system from France. And in the U.S. legal system, they have something called stare decisis. So if you see that top of the pyramid, you have the U.S. Supreme Court, and then on the left side, you have the U.S. Court of Appeal and the U.S. District Court. And on the right side of that, you have the State Supreme Court, the State Appellate Court, and the State Trial Court. And just like if I was in the Army, one sergeant couldn't give another sergeant orders, but a lieutenant has to, but a sergeant has to follow orders from a lieutenant, and both of them have to follow orders from the general. That's how this works. And that's called stare decisis. So if something's been decided by a higher court, the lower courts have to accept that. And that's a key part of the British legal system. But as I mentioned, in 49 states in the District of Columbia, we use this system, stare decisis. But in Louisiana, they use the civil law system. And I've met about 4 or 5 attorneys from Louisiana in my legal practice. And I've always asked them the same thing because I'm a nerd. Does the Louisiana legal system have stare decisis? And I've always got the same confusing answer. No, it doesn't. Well, kind of, but not really. It's complicated. And because I was making this video about Louisiana, I looked it up. Does Louisiana use the stare decisis system like the British legal system and the U.S. legal system? And the answer is no. I mean, kind of, not really. It's complicated. So what does that mean? So in our legal system, as I said, authority goes from the top down. So if the appellate court decides something, the district courts have to follow it. And if the Supreme Court decides something, all the courts have to follow it. But under the Louisiana system, they don't have to follow it. They just follow the way the law is written. And each judge, it's up to them to decide how that applies in each case. So even if the Louisiana Supreme Court decides things over and over again against this one judge and his crazy legal opinion, he doesn't have to listen to them. He can just keep issuing decisions the same way, and then they get appealed up the chain of command and get overturned at the Supreme Court. But he has no obligation to follow what they do. So what does that mean in practice? In practice, judges don't like to look bad and get constantly overturned by higher courts, and they're wasting their time if they keep issuing the same decision over and over and it gets overturned by higher courts. So in practice, a lot of judges will look at what the Louisiana Supreme Court did and just kind of follow that. But you still have these crazy Cajuns who decide to do things on their own and say, you're a judge, I'm a judge, you can read the law, I can read the law, why are you better than me? And just keep doing it their own way. But in practice, about 80% or more of the cases in Louisiana do follow this stare decisis from higher courts, but they're not required to. So it's something that exists in practice, although not in theory. So it's an interesting quirk of the Louisiana legal system. So excuse me for nerding out on you, but I am a lawyer and I do find this interesting. Anyway, just like and subscribe and you'll see future videos like this. Have a great day, everyone.